Guess you fooled me once, but I ain't falling twice. All lies. Oh Lord, I ain't gonna run. My rise has just begun. I'll shine. Shame on you. Should have seen what you were like. Dangerously nice. You got me all lost, so blind, so blind. You got me all lost. Listen to my heart. I'm gonna be lost, survive, survive. Now you're all gone, 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 my friend. Big old ghosts will come around. I'm still walking, I'm still proud. I never lost it, I never lost it, I never lost it, baby. Big old ghosts will come around. I'm still walking, I'm still proud. I never lost it, I never lost it. Big old ghosts will come around. I'm still walking, I'm still proud. I never lost it, I never lost it, I never lost it, baby. Big old ghosts will come around. I'm still walking, I'm still proud. I never lost it, I never lost it.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love there's always a way. And oh, this time of year we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday.